So I'm out at the batch in Coromandel. I'm going to do some trapping today. I've got a bunch of these new auto traps. I've got 6 to set up today. I've already got a couple out there, so I'm going to check those as well, and there's some Goodnatures too, which we'll go and check those. So we're going to go for a walk around the bush and set some traps up for rats and possums, which are pests in New Zealand. So here we are at the first spot for the install. Actually already had a trap mounted here. This is one that I've got on loan, so I'm going to switch it for one of these new ones now. I've had a Goodnature here for quite a while and it's always been successful, so I popped the auto trap on. Been probably 2 weeks since I was last here. You can see the whole ground is covered in possum fur, so it's definitely doing the damage. There's no counter on these ones, so not quite sure how many, but looking in that mess, I'd say 2 at least. Carcass gone. I'd say probably a pig has had a crack at it. But where I'm mainly putting them here is in these purity trees. These possums seem to really love them. So I've got one purity here, another one there, and then another purity up there. So this is a really cool spot for these purity trees, and the crowns had been completely eaten away. So up until we started trapping here, I've been doing it for about 5 years, I suppose, and now, as you can see, there's plenty of growth on the crown of that tree. So definitely worthwhile, and it's a bad time to be a possum around here. So I'll whack this new trap up and we'll keep cruising. Got the trap mounted. Basically I pressed the button once and then the green light came on, so I've pressed the button 3 times slowly, like you pause between when you press it. So now it's on flashing red, so I'm just going to pump the lure and you'll see this little lure pump operate. And what we want to do is get plenty of lure squirting out the bottom, so that we can prime the tree. Here it comes, starting to dribble out, which is what we want. Not so much on that strap, that wasn't ideal, because these rats will come and try and eat that now, so that was a shame. Just run a bit more down. Cool. And now we switch it back to auto mode, which is 4 presses. This is 4 presses. Now the LED will go green, the little light's green now. So that's us, we're all ready and activated. Just pop the top back on, put the tabs back in place. One thing I'd say when you're working with these pumps, these traps, is you never want to get the lure anywhere on the trap, and if you touch it with your fingers and that, don't touch the trap, because what will happen then is it's mostly a problem with rats. If you get any lure around on this area or anywhere on the trap, this lure here, they'll come and they'll gnaw it and think it's food and try and eat it. So yeah, make sure that don't ever touch the lure with your fingers. Basically, just be very careful with where you put the lure. Cool, job done, and I'm expecting that this will probably knock out a few more pests in the next few days. So here's another example of how well these traps are working. This is one of the Goodnature A24, which is a rat trap. You can see actually there's a mouse and then a rat lying on top of it. So that's been in like the last 2 weeks since I got here, so yep, good result. We're going to head out there to that rocky outcrop that's sort of an island just behind me to my right. We'll check the trap up there and then we'll head on down a bit further into the next bay and we'll put this guy out there. Big tides at the moment because the moon's really small, so we've got to get over this creek. So I'll just go up and around and then we're going to head up, check the Goodnature, and then up this ridge line here, and we'll put the Autotrap up that ridge. A beautiful spot here, pristine under this Pahurakawa. Great spot to come for a swim, to wash off from the sea. This spot here's got a bit of history. Unfortunately, one day when we're having a fish out here, a mate did something a bit daft and ended up falling off the top of that cliff behind me. Pretty tragic, broke his back. He was okay, he didn't hit his head, though he did have a broken back, and the helicopter landed right in here behind me. We had I had a rescue beacon and first aid kit and all that sort of thing. We're at a remote spot, so it pays to be organised, but I didn't ever think that a helicopter would be landing right here behind me. Thankfully they shot him off to the Auckland hospital and he's actually managed to recover okay. So you can see the rope going up the cliff behind me. That's how we're going to shimmy on up. Definitely take it nice and safe. Where the mate fell off. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Beautiful spot. Okay, so here's our trap. You can see down there some very old mates have had a bit of a bad time of it. So that's a success. This place is pretty special up here. I think there's some really nice unique plants and it's a great place for nesting birds and things, so the last thing we want is the possums living up here. When you look at it from up here, quite a cool climb. I've got a few traps set right out on the end of that point as well, which I'll have to get to at some point, but I might wait. It's just about high tide now. It's probably pumping in a bit too hard today with the swell, so I'll have to check them on another day. When you look around here though, you can see why I like my spearfishing. Went out yesterday and caught a great fish, a tarakehi, pretty around 50-60 centimeters, so it's pretty good size, but no kingies. But always good to get out there, such a good mission. So anyway, I'll rebait this and then we'll head back up and set the auto trap. This is quite cool. There's where some birds have been nesting, having a little nibble on the local crab population. Alright, so we're back down. It's a bit more sketchy going down than up. Decent climb. So I think I'm gonna put the trap up in this purdity here behind me. The crown actually looks pretty healthy, but there's a couple of trees around here that looks like they've had a nibble, so I think that purdity will be a good one. The possums already love the purdity. I'm just going to show you another reason why I think it's a good idea. So when we look at the tree, you can see this kind of thing that to me looks like possum biting, possums biting, possums biting. So pretty sure we'll put the trap somewhere up around here, and yeah, I think this is going to be a good one, and that will cover up this ridge line. Okay, so that's all set up, the trap's mounted. You need these big tech screws because these purdity trees are so hard. We put the lure pump onto manual and gave it a good pre-feed down there, so now the trap will just arm and then it should be all set. So that was a bit of a success. We caught quite a few possums today. We put up those Goodnatures and we're able to get things sorted, hopefully keep this place pest free. So thanks for watching. Something a little bit different, so hopefully I didn't bore you too much, but a bit of trapping's one of the things that I get up to, trying to look after the old nature and that. So thanks for watching, take care.